Okay, so this is part 2 of the video. So you coming through towards the Malice in Wonderland. And of course, it's not going to look anywhere near as good in the daylight as it did last night. But plates and dishes and you come through here. And it was supposed to be the Mad Hatter scene. And then come into the Queen of Hearts, and the guillotine, and just I could hear, don't lose your head, and off with our heads. The Krampus room, and he was sitting there. They had the TV on, just on static, and so he would sit at the TV, and then real still. When people would get in, he would walk towards them. And found that painting at a thrift store for like $2. But a little bit of Christmas stuff. Then gonna walk through this. And this is actually videotape, VHS videotape. And when the wind's blowing, it'll sound like, it makes a kind of a crackling noise. Then they had like a flicker fire light bulb in it. And then Kevin was in here with this big old sword. And I wish I could remember the character's name, but I don't. Come back up through here. And oh, that's cool. Never even noticed that last night. The body bag section. So weave through here. And all these things are hanging at, right at, head height and eye level. So that's kind of fun. You come in here and there's all kinds of dolls and whatever. And, of course they're all really, gruesome looking dolls. And that's kind of creepy. Then, and his daughter was actually sitting here in the swing, and when she's in the swing, those things make this really weird, sounds like an animal crying. Then you come in here and you come into the nurse's station, and his mom was in here, and everybody came in. She's like, do you have an appointment? So, and she had all these little syringes and stuff like that, and an old computer. But it's like even just strange stuff. And then of course they have the the painting that changes to the way you're looking at it. You come in here into the infirmary, and there's all sorts of, and they got a lot of stuff from this place called Blue Ridge Nightmares, and gave them a lot of neat stuff. So, but protect yourself from malaria. Even it's like this really cool old, stuff. Medical, checkup charts and stuff like that. But sink body parts in it. Just different stuff. And some lockers. They had a X-ray viewing thing. But this is pretty graphic. I don't know. I'm not really as crazy about the super graphic stuff, but yeah, not my place. You go through the exit out through here, and you end up the Hawkins. I guess this is from Stranger Things. You have the school, and so this is the. I can't think of the name of this character either, but he had a strobe light, across here. But it's really, really, really super detailed. I mean, it's got like the spikes and the whole rest of the character. I think it's Krampus. I'm not sure. But come over here and go into the Stranger Things house. And the front window of the house and all the Christmas lights. And everything's supposed to look real 80s in here. But Had all the Christmas lights working last night. Like I said, at night, this is like tremendously better. Come through here and Castle Byers. Guess from Stranger Things as well. Come through here. And here's this other character. I guess he puts his hand on your face and sucks your soul out. And he's got all kinds of clocks and stuff and, crooked stuff. And come back up here, back into a prison cell. Of course, that's actually the frame of a futon bed. That turned it into a jail. Come down the hallway, kind of wanted posters and chains and stuff like that. And what's cool is I made the jail door, and then when people would start to say, "Oh, that's a cool photo op," and start to line up for their thing. Nate would be behind here, and I had a big set of metal keys, and he could actually turn them from the backside, and then they would start to turn. And then I put a micro switch up on the door, so when you open the door, the strobe lights would be going off, and it says, danger if alarm sounds, evacuate immediately. And they had all kind of body parts and stuff like that in here, and these wires hanging in the overhead are actually the power wires for that stuff. We just decided to make them the jailbreakout scene. And you come in here and it's just like chaos, and just between toxic waste drums and people could hide behind like all this stuff, so somebody could hide behind there. You come in here, you had somebody behind here. We were joking around that he had like a neat things to bang on, look like a Neil Peart at a Rush concert. But our amazing wiring system is really not as dangerous as it looks, because most everything is LEDs and really low voltage lights. So, and then just a bunch of old air hose and stuff that I had, and then my coronet. And actually, if people were complaining because the strobe light on the roof was too bright, so I made up a little cover for it, and even then it was still kind of bright. But we had door decals made that said Orchard Hill Police Department, so kind of cool. Hopefully you can see it next year. And then when you come out, of course, you come into the kind of a reception area, and Susan was sitting there with some of other Kevin's family that really aren't into haunted house stuff. But then you could do the donations were for SPCA, and then also feedback survey on the haunt. So I'm really not sure if we got any good or interesting feedback, but anyways, I survived the Orchard Hill haunt, so that's about it.